Hey guys, and welcome to this video on how to invest in the best stocks in the UK. So I am on the Sanford Deland Buffettology Fund. So the Sanford Deland Buffettology Fund is one of the best performing funds in the last 5 years in the UK. So if you have a look here, I'm on the fund fact sheet for March 2020. So this shows all the performance from the previous years. So Keith Ashworth Lord is the fund manager of this fund. It's 35 holdings within it as well, and the fund size is 1.33 billion. So you can have a look here on these fact sheets. You can get these really for any sort of fund that is out there. Look at what the objective is for the fund and how they've performed then compared to the benchmark, so they'd be benchmarked here against all the companies in the UK. So you can see from this cumulative graph then their performance over the last 10 years since their inception. So they have outperformed UK companies very, very well in the last couple of years. So if you invested your money, you could see the growth here within the company. So this is a long-term play in terms of the strategy of the business. They're investing over a long term for 5 to 10 years for the companies that they are purchasing. And Keith Ashworth Lord, he's called this fund the Buffettology Fund. He's investing with the principles of Warren Buffett, trying to invest in great businesses over the long term. So you can see in the last month, the fund has performed very poorly with the downturn, but in the last 5 years, it's been very, very good performance, being in the top quartile and coming third out of all different businesses, out of all different funds that they were part against. So coming down, you can also see the fund commentary then. You are able to look at how the stocks performed every month in this fund commentary that's released on a monthly basis. You can see what has improved the most and what has gone down the most. But really here he's just talking about how the fund has performed with everything that's going on with the coronavirus pandemic out there. This is always a good way, if you are an investor in that fund, to have a look, see how the fund's performing and see what the fund manager's take is on the current investment climate. So there's a nice breakdown here of the past performance for the fund and what the actual breakdown is in terms of the sectors they're invested in. So you can see here the breakdown of the different sectors that the company's invested in. So there's a lot of diversity in this portfolio, invested in a range of different sectors, which offsets each other. In the event that one struggles, you would hope then the other ones can perform well. You can see the top 10 holdings then as well. So Keith Ashworth Lord is able to invest in smaller stocks here compared to the large fund managers. If you are a large fund manager, you can only own a certain amount of a small company like the likes of Games Workshop or Liontrust Asset Management. So they could only own a tiny percentage if they are a larger fund. So the smaller the fund, the more they are able to buy a larger share of the business because they don't have the restrictions that larger funds would have. So these are all relatively small businesses that he has invested in. There's some larger ones then like Experian and the London Stock Exchange. But you can see his breakdown here, Games Workshop being his biggest holding, Liontrust Asset Management. This is a nice list of stocks then to go and have a look into, see the performance of them and if they align with your investment criteria and just dig into them. Normally I check this every month, see if he is upping any of the holdings he has, but he's sitting on a large amount of cash here as well, Keith Ashworth Lord. So if you look at the table here, out of the fund's holdings, he's sitting on 12.8% of the whole holding of the 1.33 billion is in cash. You're probably wondering, why is he holding so much cash? Why isn't he invested completely into the stock market? Fund managers like to hold money as a hedge against downturn. So for example, this gives you a good hedge. If the market takes a downturn, you'll be sitting on a lot of cash then, and if stocks are cheaper in a couple of months time because of a downturn, you have cash there that you can buy stocks that are already in your fund at a cheaper price, or you can buy other stocks that you see that are cheap on the market as well. So that's why you will see a lot of fund managers holding a large amount of cash. Warren Buffett, for example, is sitting on 128 billion of cash over at Berkshire Hathaway at the moment, and that is obviously a good resemblance of what he thought of the market and how overpriced it was. He's sitting on that cash, so that a crash comes like it is now, he's able to use that capital to get cheaper stocks or cheaper ETFs then that he can buy at a discount compared to what they were a few months back. So look, that is my rundown on how to invest in UK stocks. And Sanford Deland's UK Buffetology Fund is one that I've been following for a long time. I find it very useful and has been good performance really over the last 5 years, apart from last month obviously with the downturn. But you can use this strategy for any fund manager in the UK and look at their holdings and get a list of stocks then that may be aligning with your strategy you can put in your portfolio. If you have any questions at all about how I accessed this page, or how exactly I find stocks, feel free to leave a comment below. If you thought this was valuable, please give this video a like, and I'll be producing more content like this in the future. So hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more from me. Thank you.